Plaga Zombie American Invasion on Blu-ray. With bonus material, deleted scenes, exclusive, never seen before. In high definition. Now you can watch the award-winning film at home. Pre-order your copy today.
We're here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by director Garry Medeiros. I forget how you say your last name.
Medeiros.
Medeiros. I'm going to edit that so it looks smart. So we have Sam here, Matt Hill.
Where's Matt?
Right here. What's up?
And we have Cobra twice here, Walter Rivero.
Yeah, you can just see me right there.
Yeah, looking pretty badass there.
You see Matt too.
Yeah.
Where's Matt? I can't see Matt.
Oh, I see him.
Oh, you see him.
Yeah, I'm seeing everybody.
Cool.
The fine folks of Plaga Zombies, American Invasion, which I love, not just because you guys are here. We do top 13 horror movies every year, and I had it on my list because I thought it was a very fun film.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun.
Yeah. So when's the big news? The Blu-ray's coming out.
October 4th, they should be shipping out. So
very cool. That's my mom's birthday. Now I know what to get her.
Oh, nice. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Be the perfect gift.
Yeah. So, you're with this movie for years, making it, the pandemic, getting out there. What's it like to know that, it's actually going to be out there in a physical release?
It's a huge relief. I mean, something that you're working for. You don't know what's going to happen, where it's going to go. So just the fact that it's getting out there in front of people, is probably the best reward you can get, Yeah.
Now, we did an earlier interview, so, I don't want to go over the same stuff, but for people who didn't watch it, Matt, can you just talk about your character?
Sam Sampson?
Yes.
Oh, he was a fun character. He's just had all these high hopes in himself and all that, and in reality, he was nothing great.
But he's very endearing, yeah.
But he had a heart. He had a heart of gold, and he got getting put down. I mean, his love of his life walks out on him, and all that. So see ya.
Yeah, he was kind of like, supposed to be a little bit of all of us, especially, anybody that's into art or whatever it is, musician, artist, from filmmaking. I mean, you have this dream of, you want to do your art for a living. And, sometimes you find yourself in your 40s and you're like, what's going on here? Am I going to achieve my goal or, do I keep going or do I quit?
Yeah. So he's a relatable character, for a lot of the audience.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Matt's cut his hair since the film.
Yeah.
And Walter, can you let people know about Cobra?
Oh wow, Cobra is like my homage to my beloved Snake Plissken. I think
I saw a fan thought you were him.
Yeah, some guy with long hair interrupting my interview. Yeah,
people.
I guess when I was a kid, I always wanted to be something like that. So I kind of like my personality mixed in with an exaggerated personality of some sort of badass, doesn't give a shit, type of character.
Garry, did you know Walter before making the movie?
No, he was in the original Plaga Zombie Mutant Zone, and he was friends with the original guys. And Hernan, which plays Max in the original films, he kind of told me, "Hey, Gary's making this movie in Boston. If you want to go meet up with him." And that's that's how we connected, was through Hernan.
Max.
Yeah. When you hear someone wants to do another one, originally Walter, what do you think? Like, are they going to understand it? It's a different country they're making it.
No, I think that people like embraced it now. Like they actually accepted it as one of their own now. So they kind of like they thanked us. Like they played the movie at a festival in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, which is where the other movies were actually exploited in the beginning. And they just cheered. Thank you for making this movie. Thank you for bringing this type of movie back to our lives, because it'd been like many years. So yeah. I think they see it as like a continuation of the original ones.
Mm-hmm. Which is really cool, because I think, if people see Plaga Zombies, American Invasion for the first time, like when I saw it, maybe want to seek out the other ones.
Yeah,
that's what we were hoping, because
yeah, and it's crazy that their Blu-ray also hit the charts now with their trilogy. Oh, they made it into Blu-rays, so you can get this Blu-ray if you want, and then go back and get the other Blu-rays. So
yeah,
Serbian Films, I think, is putting it out.
Oh wow, that's weird.
And it comes out with a documentary that Gary, Matt, and I were involved in. Mm-hmm. We weren't supposed to talk about it, but we're in a documentary about the Plaga Zombie universe.
Oh, awesome.
So we're also in a documentary now. So if you get that box set, it comes with the documentary.
Oh, so the documentary comes with their trilogy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. I'd like to check that out. Yeah. And much different than a Serbian film, if people are wondering.
Yeah. I think the Serbian Films is the distributor. I'm not sure the name of the something like that. But yeah, I know. I never seen that movie.
Yeah. I'm actually a fan. I know not everyone is, but yeah.
I want to see it, but I'm not.
Yeah. I recommend it. I think it's actually a very well made movie and very well acted. Matt, were you familiar with the Plaga Zombie films before getting involved?
Actually, yeah. Gary introduced me to Plaga Zombie years, well, not years, but
like 2007. Sorry.
It was early. You go like, these guys are off the hook. And I remember we stayed up and we watched these movies, and it was all in subtitles, so it took a while, but it was awesome. I mean, the special effects, the people, the colors, the zombies. It was just different.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I grew up a huge zombie fan, but then there's like a plethora of zombie films. So if you do one, you have to do something really different for it to stand out.
I'm tired of the ultra realistic Walking Dead zombie type of movie. That's a dime a dozen nowadays. I like something that's like nobody would think of. I love Traumaville and stuff like that. That's what gets me going.
Yeah. I grew up, Dawn of the Dead's my favorite zombie movie as a kid, but then everyone basically made their own. And it's like, okay, we've seen this, a million times now.
Yeah, I like the energy of the Plaga Zombie. It's kind of like what really got me into filmmaking was Evil Dead 2. Like when I watched that back in '89, it was just like, just the energy of the camera work, and it's like almost like a roller coaster ride. And that was the same feeling I had when I watched the Plaga Zombie Mutant Zone. That's why I fell in love with the films, and that's why I wanted to make my own. So.
Yeah, I always think Evil Dead 2 is sort of like a Looney Tunes, like an adult Looney Tunes.
Right. Yeah, it was like I've never seen anything with that kind of energy before, where it was like the camera work was almost like its own actor in the movie,
and it's really nonstop, from beginning to end. It's just crazy. Which you think maybe it would get tired of that, but you don't. It's
if done tastefully,
it's a very tasteful film.
Yeah.
What kind of specials are on the Blu-ray?
We have some deleted scenes. I'm not sure of what they put on there, but there's definitely some deleted scenes. A little documentary we did for Indiegogo, and I'm not sure exactly what else they stuck on there. But I haven't seen the DVD Blu-ray yet myself. But
yeah. But like you said, it's a very colorful film, so I think seeing it HD vibrant will really add to it. Yeah. We definitely lose a lot of quality between a DVD and a Blu-ray, so it's going to be cool to see it in HD. So yeah. So when you guys were showing it locally, a lot of you, it would be like people either or even people in the area, and it's like it's cool to see a movie by guys that made a movie in this area. But then when it started to go to festivals, so it's people who don't know you. Like, what kind of feedback did you get?
A lot, most of it positive, which is great. I mean, you get the ones that don't like it, and they voice their
nitpick
opinions.
everything.
Yeah, but I mean that's expected. You're not gonna please everyone. They have to you either get the movie or you don't. You either like it or you don't. So you can't let the negativity get to you.
I think that's a problem with movies. If people try to appeal to everybody, then you kind of appeal to nobody, because you're like, well, we can't go too crazy because we want like a mainstream audience to like it. Just make what you actually want to make, and
Right.
hopefully people like yourself will like it. I really like it. So.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we wanted to please more like the Argentinian audience. Like we wanted to stay true to their movies. So it kind of like gave us that boost to like not copy them, but like pay a lot of homage to them, and they saw it, and they to this day they're like, yo, thank you for making it your own, and also keeping the elements of the Plaga Zombie trilogy as well. So
Yeah,
that's nice to hear when they come up to you and like, oh my god, I have this one guy who like constantly sends me messages from Mexico.
yeah.
He's like, where can I see it? How can I see it? I need to see it. I'm like, I can't give it to you, my man. I'm sorry. He's like, no, but please. And he's begging me. I'm like, oh my God, I've never had. And I was telling Garry, I don't know what to tell this guy. Like, he's like a diehard fan, like crazy. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
you'll see it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So
So how much does a Cobra character mean to you then? Would you ever want to, reprise Cobra?
well, I that's what we talked about with Garry the other day. It's like, I was in Argentina and I was like, we should do some like little promo thing for the BluRay. And I was like, all right, I got the clothes. I still got the hair. So we did that little promo with Garry walks behind like the scenes where I'm trying to, promote the BluRay. And then he's like, oh, I know you, it was fun again. I felt,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I feel like, yeah, he's part of me.
How did it feel to get back in the clothes?
It feels good.
Yeah, you really embrace it. So yeah, you still got the hair. Gary grew it out just for that video. And
Yeah,
then
just for that video.
Very
He took
committed
Matt's
actor.
wig.
Yeah.
Getting in my eyes.
Yeah, he couldn't see anything. But it was fun. We did it like in like 3 takes, and I was like, wow, I guess we understand like how to do it now, like more like it, like the acting is easier for me. So we did like 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I would definitely do it again if we had a budget, of course, because this took a lot out of us, energy, time,
Yeah, we got kind of bit off more than we could chew.
Yeah.
But we got it.
Watching it, like it's clear, like everyone's clearly having fun making it, but it's also like you said, it's a big movie. There's lots of people in it, which a lot of movies today, there's like 4 or 5 people, even like bigger movies, but there's a lot of people running around and really cool effects. Like you said, it's a big movie.
Yeah, that's the hottest thing. It literally, the practical effects is the hottest thing, and we had a lot of it. So that really slows a lot of our days down. So things that we thought we were going to get done in one day, we had to break it up into 5 days because it wasn't happening. It was the blood doesn't spurt the way you want it, or one prop's not working.
Yeah,
it was rough sometimes. But
is there ever a period when you're doing that you just like think like this maybe we should just quit, or you?
Walter had to talk me off the cliff, but there'd been many times because I had a camera set up and I kind of made this little thing that went over my head so I can see in the daytime, because most of it we shot out in the sun. So to see the screen, I put like this t-shirt over a contraption over my head to keep me in the dark. And it was many times I sat there in the dark and just saying, I just want to go home. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Oh no. So you said even just filming it took a long time because you're doing the physical effects and stuff. But how about the editing? How long does that take?
Yeah, that was a pain in the butt because a lot of times we'd say, "We'll just fix it in post." So it was extremely grueling because it's when you have makeup falling, rubbing off a zombie, I got to sit there tracking that zombie for each frame and coloring him back in so you don't see skin. And there was one scene in particular with it was a Cobra and Nash are like running from that UFO thing and it's shooting. It was literally every shot had an effect in it. So that, it was so many that it took a while.
And at first, Garry was doing all the editing. He was doing every single thing, like the FX. So I kind of like tapped into my brethren from Argentina because they're very talented people. And we got this guy named Matias to help him do some of the VFX because it was just too overwhelming. Like he had to work and then on the weekends just sit on a computer and he's like, I'm like, dude, I wish I knew how to do it. I would sit next to him. Like I would drive from New York to Boston and sit with him. Matt would go there, you know, we'd hang out with him, but he was the only poor guy moving everything with his hands. So his hands were like always like like. So I
like to say thank you, Matthias, because I still be editing it right now. Wasn't for
Well, I mean, I know it takes a lot of time to edit, like a few seconds if you want to do effects for an intro for a video or something. But to edit a full feature film, especially with a lot of effects, it has to be very time consuming.
And what was really cool too is I had Hernan and Pablo Perez from the original trilogy. They helped edit some of the scenes for me, so it's kind of cool to have them actually helping out with the editing.
Yeah.
And they directed some scenes too.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Matt, what did you think when you saw the finished film? I just got my phone.
I was amazed, but the thing was, but I saw it during production too.
Right.
I was there behind the scenes and stuff like that. I was there during editing. Sitting in with these guys and stuff, watching the redundancy of editing. You spend an hour on something less than like a second.
Right. Yeah.
Well, not to mention the movie's probably like 90% dubbed over, so we had to get Matt in. There was many hours.
Everybody had to do it.
Spending
drinking and then what's up? What did
was that done on purpose to make it look that way, or was it a necessity?
It was a necessity. That was one thing to find an audio guy. Towards the end of the filming, we actually started paying more attention to where they were putting the mic and stuff. But in the beginning, I was just like, "Here, take this." I was too busy trying to do everything else that I just kind of gave whoever
That's
was there.
Something that can really stand out in a movie if I'm watching and the audio's uneven, where some will have the lav mics and some won't, and then you hear some wind and things. It's all right if it's a short video for like an interview outside or something, but it's different. For
yeah, they say it's 80% of a movie is the audio. So good audio is very important.
Yeah, we paid attention to like every single detail. Like Manny's cape had to have a sound. Like we were like very adamant about like the footsteps got to match, and like that's why it took so long, because like if his neck moves with the hair, you got to hear the with the hair, like
all that
we
stuff
wanted it to sound like so we wanted it to stand out, like the punches, like everything. Even if my gun was like a Glock, it sounded like a Magnum, like exaggerated.
Because of as far as the editing goes, like since last time we talked, I have a feature film that was finished, and so I didn't actually edit it, but I saw every time it was edited. So I saw the work print, and then we would all take notes because we were across the country. And so seeing it from like the work print to the finished print and all the prints in between, I really get to see how a movie, comes together. And it's quite a long experience. And I get the idea of seeing your own movie multiple times before the finished film.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we watched it 10,000 times before we're like, oh no, we got to watch it again at the premiere. Damn, I saw it like 20 times already. But no, I watch it like on a frequent like basis. Like I'll be home and I'll be like, let me watch the movie again, because it brings you back to some cool times. Like wow, we finished it. Now it's kind of like, okay, now it's in the world. Like now the Blu-ray is going to do something, or VOD or whatever. So it's like, oh, you feel empty in a way. I guess I feel a little empty. Like. It's like I liked taking those trips to go see Garry and filming with the guys and stuff.
It's along. Sorry to interrupt you. Along those lines, when you watch it, then do you see it more of like the memory of making it as opposed to like watching it, as a movie?
Yeah, I mean,
when you're so connected to it,
right? It's always hard to kind of see it, how somebody else does, because for me, like when I'm watching it, I see every edit or what I could have done, I should have cut that part, or went a little longer with that part. So for me watching it, it's a nightmare. I'm like constantly just seeing every edit and every place I could have improved on, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Did we lose it?
Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
Did I lose you?
Yeah, but you're back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I like the shirt, by the way. I
got a friend in Argentina who makes horror shirts.
Oh,
LM Stamp it's called, and he's virtually got it for like $2, and he just makes it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get hooked up with these Argentinians.
Yeah, let me know. You can follow his Instagram. He makes a lot of cool shirts. Like I gave one to Garry with the Hellraiser.
Oh, nice.
So he was gonna make the Plaga Zombie shirts, but we haven't come up with a design yet.
Oh, I would totally wear that on the show. I'm a big or just around my town.
Leatherface.
Yeah. Is that one of your favorite horror movies then? Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like I'm more like Garry, an Evil Dead guy. Ash. I like 80s like stuff like Hell Night, but there's no shirts for Hell Night anywhere, so I can't really find them. Linda Blair hanging from the thing.
All right. It's always fun when you do find a random shirt like that. That's not like mass produced. So, how about Garry? What you mentioned Evil Dead 2. What were some of the inspirations, to want to make films?
Like actually, what I started off was like Martin and Lewis films when I was a little kid. I used to watch them like 100 times. They used to come on TV every Saturday. So that was probably my first, step into films. And I was always like kind of a class clown and really more into the comedy part of it. So that's why when I saw Evil Dead 2 and I saw how they can mix the comedy with the horror is usually my favorite, if it's done correctly.
It's hard to balance out because I think sometimes the horror has to work for the comedy horror to work.
Right. So it's a fine line. It could between campy and cheesy is a very tricky line to walk. So
yeah. And Matt, are you a horror movie fan?
Oh hell yeah!
All right, good thing I was gonna hang up on. What were some of the ones? What are some of the ones you love?
I like the classics. Amityville Horror. That was one that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. That kept me away from big houses. Anytime
I'll take you here if you want. Next time you come to New York.
Oh, to the actual house, yeah.
I live like 30 minutes away. I took Garry. I could take Matt. Matt, you want to go?
I don't know if that's a yes or not.
He's not going. Amityville.
Yeah. Where can people, if they want to get the Blu-ray, where do they get it? Is it on Amazon and your website?
Yeah, right now I believe it's just on Amazon. So go over there and pre-order it. And October 4th, they should be shipping. So
very cool.
Yeah.
And get to work on some T-shirt designs.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. You want to,
Oh, definitely.
You guys are working on something new too. I don't know if you guys can talk about that or.
We're working on like a slasher film that's going to be taking place in the Factory of Terror in Fall River. So it'll be a fun little film.
I'm looking forward to that too.
That's about it. It's about as much as we can say about it.
All right.
Yeah, it's still under development.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to. Like I said, not just you guys are here. I really like Plaga Zombies, and I'm looking forward to more stuff from you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if I ever finish editing it, Garry is in a video I have in the works. So.
All right, that's right.
Someone that was involved turned insane, so I'm gonna probably edit him out, which has made things much more complicated. But
that person.
Yes, yeah.
Oh man, you got some crazy people in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my brother says I'm a psychomagnet that I attract crazy people, which is probably true.
Well, this genre attracts a lot of interesting people, I would think.
But, and a lot of cool people, though. I'm cool with crazy people that are crazy in a good way, right?
I mean, like, we met tons of people doing this movie. Like, you'd never think that you'd be talking to certain specific people that you never thought that were into this stuff. So.
Yeah. That was when I first went to the conventions, like, because in your mind, you kind of think it's going to be all people with black shirts and covering the tattoos. But You know, it's all different. And I also think the horror community is very accepting to all different people.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we had old ladies working on the movie, you know, little kids, you know.
every life.
Yeah, I always loved the story the last time that you guys showed it at the church with the old women, and that makes me very happy that they were
they were right in the first row too.
Yeah, I love it.
But I always tell people, like, before they watch them, like, listen, this is not your typical zombie movie, so don't think that it's like you get bit and you turn into a zombie. It's something else. So I think that intrigues them when I say that, like, well, what is it? I'm like, well, it's something else.
Yeah,
watch it.
Yeah, it's best to go in, I think, to any movie not knowing too much. I think you enjoy it more. So
yeah,
just listen to Nasty Neal and check it out.
I think that, you know, like, okay, the Blu-ray, but when it comes out on VOD or whatever, I think it's the type of movie that you want to watch with a couple of friends, like, you know, drinking, eating something. Like, it's for me, it's like a ride. Like, it turned into a ride. Like, at first, you know, probably going to be like a horror movie, but it turned into something like more eccentric, I think. Like,
yeah, it's definitely very strange, and you got a lot of things. You got the UFOs, you got zombies, and I always think comedy and horror are the two best movies to watch with an audience because you can laugh together, or you don't want to sit around and just cry watching Schindler's List together or something.
No,
so you've got both things. You get the comedy and the horror. So I do think I've not seen it with an audience, but I can imagine it's a fun experience.
It was cool to see it at the premiere with the people, you know, laughing at the jokes and stuff. And like me and Gary were like sitting there like this, like waiting to see. You know, I couldn't enjoy it the first time, but then I was like, you know, we were like, oh, did they laugh at the punchline? You know, but everybody was like really laughing and like, oh my god, look at that, you know, like screaming. So
the joke.
To me, that's
all right, very cool. Well, I enjoyed talking to you guys again, and we'll do this again sometime. I know this is kind of last minute here, but. And people check out Plaga Zombies American Invasion. Go and pre-order it on Amazon.
That's right. Pre-order today.
Thank you.
Hurry up.
Pre-order today. Yeah. Run.
I'm getting out of here doing now, but
thank you for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for doing it. Yeah.
Mr. President, in just a little under 12 hours, the alien virus has consumed an entire city. Action must be taken now, sir.
They're gonna blow up the city.
Someone once told me it's not how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up.
What's your point? Why you tell me all this?
We had a plan to escape to the marina.
Yeah, we can get a boat and sail off this floating rock.
You know what I'm gonna do once we escape from this place?
Every 8 years, you should be sitting right in that same spot.
Looks like your time is up.
Well, he told me not to get off this chair. Why? You don't know?
What day is it?
Stop right there! Don't move!
You know, a coward will stay down, but a hero will rise as many times as it takes and never give up.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
What is that? What is it?
What did I tell you?
I know to stay in that chair. I know.
Get.